What's up, traders? In today's episode, we're talking about cryptocurrency. Is the bull run back, or are we headed lower? That's what we're discussing today. We cover this from a wide variety of angles, so I know you're going to find some value. So sit back and enjoy today's episode. What's up, traders? Welcome back to the Day Trading Show. We appreciate you listening, watching, tuning in wherever you're from. My name is Austin Silver. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. James Bruce, and we've got a very important, very exciting episode today. Crypto is getting smoked. Bitcoin is down 11%. Dogecoin is down 20%. Litecoin and Ripple down 15%. Cardano down 9%. Is crypto back, or are we headed lower? That's today's topic. So I felt that this was good, James, for us to talk about because, you know, we're getting more and more tapped in the Twitter community. If you guys aren't following me and James already, make sure you go do that on Twitter because I think Twitter's going to blow up, and especially with Elon now taking over, right? But now, with so much talk on Twitter, is the crypto bull run coming? Is the new bull run coming? I figured it was worth us discussing. So before we get into the chart and talking about some pricing, what do you think, James? Like instinctively, what's your gut say? Is it time to start buying crypto again or not yet?
Personally, I've always been quite skeptical of crypto in the sense that, like, you can't actually go to the grocery store and use crypto to actually purchase groceries, right?
Right.
I think we're not on that level yet, especially in South Africa, which is a third world country with first world tendencies. Like we're not on that level yet. Right. I personally use crypto. I've got a small holding in crypto and Bitcoin at the moment. I think I've averaged it out. I think my average price is about 21K, so I'm a little bit down on that. But personally, for me, I just use crypto to get paid in from the prop firms, funding companies, and then I put it straight back into my trading account and into other investments. But I personally can't vouch that crypto is time to buy right now. Like it's getting slammed, especially with with midterms today as well in America. And we do know that the liberals, the Democrats, aren't big fans of the crypto scene, whereas like Trump and the Republicans are. So that does play a part in crypto. Actually, someone on our group chat today asked that question. He said, if the Republicans win, the crypto is going to the moon.
I saw that.
So
I saw that.
That was quite funny. So, yeah, I think like until crypto becomes like you can actually go to the store and you can pay on your phone, tap and pay, or with your watch, tap and pay with crypto at stores, and it's in your everyday life use. I don't think that. I think it's basically like an asset that moves up and down at the moment. It's not really like actual substance or value, right?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it's now considered like a risk on asset, like stocks. When people want to get risk in the market, because whether it's money is cheap or they think there's a bull run, they go to crypto just like they go to stocks now. So that's why we've seen Bitcoin and the indices move together so much. But now, let's talk about today, with Bitcoin down 11%, the main reason for that, it seems, is FTX, which is a cryptocurrency exchange. FTX, it's so funny, bro. Literally on the guy who owns FTX, who started it, his name is Sam Bankman-Fried. On his Twitter yesterday, on the 7th of November, he tweeted, it literally says, let me read it for you word for word. He said, hold on. I got to pull it up in my likes. Sorry for everybody listening. Just bear with me. He said, 1, a competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. That's what he said yesterday. Now, today, FTX suspended withdrawals. They lost $6 billion on the exchange in 3 days. So are assets fine? What that says to me, bro, that sounds like, you know the meme with the dog and he's sitting in the room and it says, it's fine and everything's on fire? Yes. That's what he just did. Sam Bankman-Fried is that dog in that meme now. So to me, is crypto back? I agree with you. No, I don't think it's time to be buying Bitcoin. I don't think it's time to be averaging in any more than you've been doing. When the crypto bull run comes back, I think it's going to be violent. I think it's going to be awesome for the people that are positioned for it. But I don't know if it's going to come back when interest rates are still projected to go up because people are looking for other investments. Have you noticed that commodities, gold and silver, have been doing really well in the last couple of weeks? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they have. Gold's been, gold. I think gold's like gold. If you are holding physical gold, I mean, that's you do. And even the US dollar, I mean, the dollar index has just had an insane bull run this year, especially in the last couple of months. That's actually been better than anything. I mean, crypto took a dive 11% today, but the dollar index has been ripping the last couple of months. If you actually stayed in cash, you would have saved instead of trying to put into Bitcoin or any other crypto.
So did you see back, great point. Did you see back in 2020 on CNBC, remember how everyone was quoting Ray Dalio saying cash is trash? Do you remember that?
From a couple of years ago, yep.
So the reason for that is because with interest rates so low, cash was trash because you could get more than 2% interest anywhere. Any stock, even the bond funds could beat 2%. So any money you could get loaned at 2 or 3%, you were going to beat it. And that's when cash is trash. But now that interest rates have gone up to 7%, 8% for mortgages for some people, Fed funds rate is at 4%. Now cash is not trash. Like you're saying, you almost want cash because everything is getting more expensive. At least here, everything is getting expensive, which makes people squeeze that cash tighter. But what's interesting is that personal savings, at least in the United States, is at like a 15 or 20 year low. So what does that mean? Savings is low, inflation is high. It means the middle class is getting squeezed. It means people that can't afford things can't afford them more now.
Living paycheck to paycheck,
or credit card bill to credit card bill, making minimum payments. You know. So it's very, very tricky. When will this situation turn and get bullish again? But when it does, bro, I feel like it's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's going to be soon because until the Fed stops raising rates, I don't see crypto getting a bunch of money flooded into it. But you know what I'm thinking now? Who's buying now? Who's accumulating right now? I heard the U.S. government has a lot of crypto. I heard big banks are accumulating a lot of crypto because, bro, they know Bitcoin's probably not going anywhere. If you can get Bitcoin today for $17K, on November 8th in 2022, 2024 is going to be like, bro, Bitcoin at 18K, now it's at 180, or whatever it is. You're going to be like, see, that's why you have to do the opposite of what most people are doing when it comes to trading and investing. You can't sell when everybody sells. You got to buy. You got to add more, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I think it's tough also because if you're holding cash, right, you're also losing to inflation as well, right? Because like inflation, obviously depending on the country, could be like 9% per annum. Sometimes I just like think to myself, I'm like, why doesn't everybody learn how to like just invest, to pick one stock a year or day trade with your savings, or not your whole savings, but a bit of it, and you make 20% in the year. You don't, which isn't like it's you do
very
just learn how to make 10 and beat. It's very attainable and beat the inflation, just so you're not losing your cash. If you don't want to put your money into crypto or stocks or any other investments, learn how to day trade and beat inflation with that, and you're making your money work for you because you're not losing out on inflation.
I'm up 13, 14% in 3 months. So what's the S&P this year? The S&P is down 20% this year. Yeah. So it's like, I think you're making a great point. If you can learn how to invest your own money and then have that discretionary ability, I think it'll be good for stocks and for your day trading. But I think you can then apply that to crypto. And when you learn how to read a chart, like how we teach in the starter pack and in the Black Shirt Club and on ASFX TV, what chart looks bullish? What? Like find me a crypto chart that looks bullish. It's not possible right now. No, you'd be picking bottoms. Nobody makes money doing that. Once in a while, a person will get right calling a bottom, but that's not a way to build a business. You know what I mean? But to your point about picking good stocks, look at Facebook. Facebook is down 70-something percent, 80%, right? Like it's ridiculous. Go look at Caterpillar. CAT. Caterpillar is a company that creates machinery like cranes and trucks and all that.
Machinery and I've heard of them.
They got a huge government contract last week, and that stock's about to break out and touch all-time highs. Not every stock is getting slammed. It's only those big names that everybody's talking about. You know what else is doing really good right now? The defense stocks. Lockheed Martin, Rolls-Royce, any of those companies, Boeing, Raytheon, they're doing okay right now. They're holding up comparative to Facebook. And dude, you seen Virgin Galactic lately, bro? It's like $4 a share.
Oh, because I know it was trading at like $18 a share about a couple of months ago.
I'll tell you right now, SPCE 498. It's down 4% today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, bro, I was out of that at 55.
Yeah, I remember that about beginning of last year, end of 2020.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you really have to, in a bear market like this, you've got to do a good job at trying to go pick those winners, you know? But to your point, like day trade them. If you have good technical analysis and good ability to do that, you can make a lot of money, you know? So what are you looking at for investments? Because I remember a couple of months ago, you were telling me you were thinking about buying some U.S. stocks or some funds. What are you doing? Because now, like, you had a couple of months of record payouts from your funded challenges. So what are you doing with that money? Because I know you ain't buying Puma jumpsuits and that's it.
Yeah. No, well, so some of the money I put into my personal trading account, and others, the other money I put some into crypto, into Bitcoin, which I mentioned I'm averaging at about 21K. And then others, I've got this fund that me and my dad want to do something in the next couple of years together. So doing with
real estate. Do I remember real estate? Yeah. What are you going to do? Are you buying a building? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, we want to buy some buildings together out here, either in Palito in the Western Cape in South Africa, and then rent them out.
To like just any old business, like retail space?
Yeah, retail space.
Nice.
Doing that with my dad. So we're thinking either doing student accommodation in Stellenbosch, because that's where my sister goes to university. It's a small town, and because it's a small town, rent is quite high demand there, and you can inflate the rental prices because people are going to pay that because they want to be close to the university in a small town. They don't want to go to Cape Town. It's like a 45-minute drive, and then live there, right? So me and my dad are looking at doing that. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I'm with the FTMO payouts and the prop firm payouts that I'm doing with that. But yeah, not everything goes into my personal trading account. I've been better at diversifying that over the last 2 years. Nice. I think it's always good to diversify, but I think there's so much that you can do. I think crypto right now is just not something that I would personally vouch for and start like saying put money in now, because like you can put $10,000 in and be down 11% in one day.
Dude, Bitcoin moved up and down 6% in 2 minutes today on two 1 minute bars. Yeah. Do you think Bitcoin could go to zero?
No. Well, I guess. Well, so wait, that's a tough question, because if you're saying to me,
I stumped him.
Yeah, that's a tough question. Because if you say to me, everybody always asks, I remember, what happens if trading goes away in your lifetime? I'm like, my guy, trading is not going away. Trading is not going away in our lifetime, at least. I can promise. I can guarantee. If there's a bet that if there's a parlay that I can do, there's a bet that I would take.
I'm taking that with you, bro. Because think about how long that's been around.
In our lifetime.
Right. Yeah. But Bitcoin.
But Bitcoin, see, that's the thing. If you said to me, can Euro USD go to zero? I would say absolutely not, because then that means that there would be no Euro, and that's like how many countries use the Euro. So correct. I would say absolutely not. That will not happen. But could Bitcoin go to zero? Possibly, yeah.
Great answer.
Probably could.
Because it's more likely that Bitcoin goes to zero than a currency pair. But there's a lot of stocks that you could say are more likely to go to zero before Bitcoin too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if a stock, you see, that's exactly the same thing. That's why when someone says, "Well, isn't crypto like you're unsure about it and whatever?" But what happens if Netflix just shut down tomorrow?
That's what I'm saying.
Closed business.
Exactly. Yeah. There's been many companies that have gone away and don't exist on the stock market. But the thing about Bitcoin, I think, that makes it very up in the air, you can go online and you can see the wallets that hold the most of Bitcoin. That could be one company or one person. If they decide to sell all of that and dump all of it for whatever reason, what happens to the market? Like, that's almost like the rug pull. And any market that can get the rug pull, I think it can go very low, And I think there is a universe, because, there's multiple dimensions and universes and multiple outcomes. There's a universe where your name is Austin and my name is James, right? Yeah. Like, there's a universe where Bitcoin drops to 200, 100, and it trades at like $100, and it's only worth $100 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was a huge run up, and it stays at 100 forever. There's a universe for that.
Yeah.
Just like there's a universe maybe where we live where it goes to 100K. It's really hard to say, but definite 100K, not guaranteed, right? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed.
Yeah.
No.
Not guaranteed at all. Yeah. I'd like to think that Bitcoin could go to 100K in my lifetime, in our lifetime. But the thing is that what happens if also governments start clamping down on Bitcoin and say, listen, you can't trade that on the things on the brokerage firms, everything like that. I mean, and then it just trades at $100 for the rest of our lifetime, around that mark, then, and people only use it as a form to get paid and then transfer it into cash immediately,
Great point. Look at today. FTX suspended withdrawals. Coinbase went down. 2 big exchanges. If the exchanges stop letting you take money out, the government ain't going to be cool with that, bro. The government's going to come in and step in and say, you can't do this. You can't be taking billions of dollars and then say, oh, you can't take your money out. Just kidding. Like that. That's illegal. It's definitely going to get cracked down.
Definitely. You can't, it's like putting your money in a bank, and then banks could probably also do this, but then they would also they would get sued quite heavily. But it's like putting your money in a bank and then telling $50 million worth of people's money, saying, sorry, you can't get your money out the bank. You're like, bro, my money's in Bank of America. It's my money. I need to get it out. Like, I want it out.
Right. No, and that's why
it is illegal. Yeah.
Exactly. And like, look at the size of crypto. It's not as big as gold. It's not as big as the stock market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's still it sounds silly to say, but I almost think if crypto is going to be something, it's still super early. Like crypto might be something in like 2040 or 2050. Like, bro, I've only been alive. Like I can only remember things from like 2001. I was born in 1995. So I got like 20 years of remembering things. 20 more years from now, different conversation. Everything will be different in 20 years. So much different, right? VR and all this other shit, right? So maybe in 20 years, there's more space for it. But I think right now, what's confusing to a lot of people, and I want to know what you think about this, like, you remember at the end of World War II in history class, they teach you, like, at the end of the war, the U.S. won the war. They decided that the U.S. dollar was going to be the new world reserve currency. It was backed to gold. $1 was 30, or it was 1 ounce of gold was $30 or $32, something like that. And that's what we're all going to agree on. And then as time went on, that clearly changed. They pulled the backing from gold when they pulled that in the 70s, the 1970s. They said the dollar is not backed by anything. It's free float. Yep. At the end of that World War II, when they reinvented the monetary system and they said U.S. dollar is the new world reserve, we're going to do trade in the U.S. dollar. Isn't that kind of like what we're going through almost now, minus the conflict? If we had a world war, someone or some country will try to reshape global currency. And that's where maybe crypto comes into more play. But I think what you're like, if you look, because I mean, you don't follow current events as much as me, so I'm always updating you, I feel like. But like China is creating partners with countries in Africa and in the Middle East that are using more Chinese yuan, which is their dollar, more Chinese dollars than American dollars. So the world is divided. America and our allies using the dollar, then China and their allies using Chinese yuan. South Africa probably owes China some debt in Chinese yuan.
I was going to say, South Africa, our previous president, who was a clown, Jacob Zuma, had actually big relations big mates with the Chinese government. And South Africa, because of that reason, we've actually got quite close relationships with the Chinese government. But
what I'm saying is,
I know that for a fact.
So now we're in this period of time where we don't have a war. This thing in the Ukraine, we're not actively sending troops there. This is a small little war. This is not World War III yet. Without this conflict, it looks just like that scenario where we're headed to conflict. Conflict will happen, whatever whether it's China and the U.S. or Russia, whatever. Conflict is going to happen, and then someone or some country is going to try to reshape the global system. Hey, we're not using U.S. dollars anymore. They printed too much. They're worthless. Now we're using Bitcoin or Fed coin or Chinese yuan. I don't know. That's all speculation at this point. But that's maybe where crypto comes in, is in like after the next big war, because it's probably going to happen. Humans always go to war. It's just a matter of time. It's throughout history. So whenever the next war happens, the reshaping of the economy, the global economy, after that, That's going to be where we see if crypto is going to be a part of that. Because why would the Fed want Bitcoin? They can't regulate it. They can't crack down on it. They don't want that. They want to control everything.
Yeah, this is my point. I don't know if I'm thinking too deep here or what, but I
can see the smoke coming out of your ears.
Yeah, they get my bald head steaming. So the Fed can control currencies, right? Like the United States dollar, the South African government can control the South African rand, the Great British pound, so forth. If you said if something had to happen and they said, okay, cool, everything you own is now getting transferred. So let's say you had $100,000 net worth, for example. Everything you worth is now getting transferred to Bitcoin because everybody's using Bitcoin now, and that's the only currency everyone's going to use.
People would freak.
And like, do you think that's even possible? I don't think that's possible because you can't tell someone what they're doing with their money. Like, especially in this soft day and age, like people start signing petitions and everything like that. I don't think that's possible.
People with purple hair out there getting you to sign a piece of paper. No, but you know what they did? So this is why I like history, because you study history and it tells you what happened. So back in the day, so we had Bretton Woods. Bretton Woods was where we had the meeting after World War II. It was 1945, 1946, something like that, maybe 47. That's where we met, and we said, Germany, you got to pay back London in the UK. We made the deal. We made all the new rules there. Then, in 1970, so 30 years later, Nixon, I think it was, pulls us off the gold standard. When he did that, they went on the news and the radio. They didn't have social media then, so everybody listened to the radio every night. And the radio told everybody, you have to turn in your gold for dollars by this day. If you do not turn in your gold for dollars, you will be penalized. Yeah. So they can come in and just do that. They don't have to actually say, we're converting it for you. They'll say, you got to convert it to what we tell you, or you're penalized. It's like damn near close to communist stuff.
That is pure communism.
Socialism. Hey, the government's going to consolidate everything, and then we're going to redistribute and control the ledger.
Yeah, I remember you actually you teach us in the beginner course. I remember in the introduction to Forex, you actually teach us in the beginner course. I remember listening to this. Yeah. But I mean, it's like saying I have a coupon code to spend at Walmart, and then if you don't spend it by this certain day, it's null and void.
Money. Yeah. No, then Walmart then says you got to come pay us for not using the coupon. Yeah. That's basically what it is. So it's very interesting to study history and see how it will play out. But the big variable that's new is crypto. Crypto is the new thing where it could be the future. It could be the thing. But for today, I mean, bro, you couldn't pick a good looking crypto chart today. Bitcoin's down 11%. Doge is still down 20%.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I still think like this is why I think. Like whenever my friends ask me, I never say it like this, but because I don't want them to think. But I know what I think. I think day trading is the best skill that you can attain in the whole world, because you don't have to know which crypto is going to be the next crypto. Just trade it intraday or swing trade it for a week. You know, you don't have to know.
Learn how to read a chart so you can make the decision for yourself when crypto is back versus when it's not back. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. So listen, let's leave it here. I want to create a little discussion for everybody in the comments. If you guys are actively buying crypto, we want to know what coin, what cryptocurrency are you buying, and why? Can you give us a reason? Is it more than just the fact that you're dollar cost averaging? Do you see something that maybe we don't understand, we missed, that could say the next crypto bull run is coming? But like I said, as of filming today, Bitcoin is down double digits, crypto's down double digits, and typically when we see one down day like this, it doesn't just rebound the next day up 11%. It normally has some follow through. So it looks like crypto's headed lower, at least from the beginning of November, like I said, when we're filming. And maybe in the new year, we'll see a change. But we want to know what you guys think. So let us know in the comments on YouTube. Make sure if you guys are listening on iTunes, on Apple, please leave us a review. I don't care what star you give us. I would appreciate a 5-star, but just any review, it helps us get more people to see the show. So we really appreciate that. If you guys ever have questions or topics you'd like us to cover, or if you want to be a guest on the show, please reach out on Discord or hit me on email, hit me on Twitter, hit James up. We would love to have some more guests come on. We're always looking to chat with successful and insightful traders. So this is good. little crypto bull bear scenario we played out here today, James, but I think everybody will find some value in it. So I appreciate you, bro. As always, your takes are always insightful. And until the next one, everybody, thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Happy trading, and I'll see you guys
Cheers,
then.
guys. Appreciate it.